What are we doing?
Eating biscuits.
Eating biscuits. Eating biscuits. Painting a chassis. Drinking tea.
Oh.
I'm Sophie and this is Max, and this week we are painting a chassis.
Yeah! But before we can do that, we need to remove our seating Unwin rails as well as the phenolic plywood floor.
But Max was finding that really difficult, so instead he tried to take out the seat.
So there we have the floor matting lifted up in the cab area. It's where the driver's seat box was on the passenger seat, as well as all the matting, the panels and the door steps. It's all been removed. It's pretty dirty underneath. Lots of rubbish and all sorts of things and teaspoons and stuff that was under there. So we're going to give it a clean up and see how it looks.
We were pretty lucky with the condition of the cab area. It was absolutely fine. A few bits of surface rust, nothing to worry about.
The next step for trying to get these Unwin rails out was to unbolt every single one that we could. A lot of them were rounded off from how they'd been put in, but we got out every bolt that we could manage.
In the end, we literally got one singular rail out, so we had to resort to smashing up the wood in between the rails.
And what we decided to do instead was start at the other end of the van, lifting the floor up.
We've managed to get this piece of floor out. It's looking okay. I mean, it's a little bit corroded, but I think it's just surface rust. So, wire brush it down, clean it up, paint it, and then put the floor back down.
So next we're going to lift up the primary school toilet vinyl flooring that's stuck to the wood that's jammed between the seat rails. So we're going to try, and this is stuck down, so we're going to cut and then try and peel it up, remove any screws we can see, and then we're going to do a bit of chopping through the wood to break it up, and hopefully then be able to get under each rail to angle grind through any bolts that won't come out. I think.
Fingers crossed.
That's the theory.
I mean, anything's better than what we're doing currently, which is hammer, chisel, crowbar, getting angry, getting splinters.
So Max's magical plan started with using a Stanley knife to cut through the vinyl, and then we were using a circular saw to cut through the false floor, and then hopefully not cut through the secondary floor as well.
What?
What? I can't hear anything.
Come on, we got angle grinding to do.
I hate these.
Hate what?
These!
The circular saw trick meant that there was now enough space underneath the rails to fit in an angle grinding blade. Now this meant we could just whip them out super easy.
Rails are all out, finally.
Well done, Max.
So we've got the wood out between them, like we said in the earlier video. That worked. And it was my idea. And
It was. You had a good idea.
Didn't even find it on Google. I just thought of it myself. Got the wood out, rails out, and now we're going to try and lift the floor up.
Superhero.
Before we could remove this piece of flooring, we had to remove the blow heater that was plumbed in on the coolant circuit.
Ooh, a black bucket of doom. Yay. So sexy.
What you do to me? What have you got, Max?
I've got our coolant circulating flow heater out, and the coolant is everywhere.
Oh dear. We caught most of it.
Yeah, on me.
With your face.
Good.
Good. It was good. It's good. It's good. It means we can now get this piece of flooring out. Hopefully. Damp.
Mildly.
Mildly. Ah!
With a bit of leverage, this piece of floor came up nice and easily, leaving those last remaining bolts sticking up out of the chassis to be angle grinded off.
Max let me loose on the angle grinder again, so it's now nice and flat.
So Sophie, what's the final step in getting this last piece of flooring out?
We're gonna try and drill around these ridiculously rusted in screws. So we've tried everything with these. So this is the last straw for us. So we are gonna saw around the screw and then hopefully try and prise the floor up.
With what?
A hole saw that I'm gonna wreck this floor with. Yeah?
Weird. I'm on fire. Okay, I think you might be there. If you jump off of it. There you go.
Yay!
This fuel.
Is fuel.
That is literally the perfect size though, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
What are the chances?
Okay, you ready?
And just like that, the floor was finally lifted. We have a naked van.
It's like the Flintstones.
It is
I just have to
literally.
Ah! I'm so strong, I don't want to hurt the man. What?
It's supposed to make it really cool.
And this is where we will sleep.
In the van, literally in the van.
I said we were living in the van. None of it is particularly bad. Oh, now you want to come out.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
It's because it was rounded off on the top, that's why. In fact, that'll probably all come out. You want. There's three things going under the van.
Yes.
LPG bottle under slug,
Yes.
wastewater tank, and diesel heater in its magical little box that we're going to build out of checker plate metal.
And the bubble heater goes under there as well.
The heat unit will, then the pipes will run through the van to the tank, and all the rest of the kit will be on the outside. What have you been doing?
I've been wire brushing the chassis.
How's it looking?
Better than it was. This had like
Ooh,
a
shiny.
centimetre of rust built up on it, so I've managed to get it nearly back to solid metal there.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah.
And what tool are you using?
Well, it's a wire brush, but it's in the drill because we tried with the angle grinder, but it was kind of scary. So this one's easier to control.
Good. Then what you... No. Put them back. Today we are painting our chassis of our van. We are using a marine and HGV truck chassis underneath paint from BC Paints, which is Black Country Paints. And we are painting all of the chassis work that's going to be under our floor.
And we're being lazy, so we're not going to prime it.
We're going to reuse the original floor out of our van because it's a wooden floor on a chassis rather than a typical van's metal floor like you'd find in a Sprinter. We are going to give it a bit of a clean up and paint it so it's ready to lay back down.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to give it a go cutting a hole that size out of another piece of ply. No, it won't be as high quality as this. So we'll then create like a plug to sit in there and then seal it in with some silicone and then paint over it all after we've cleaned it all down.
Good, because I don't want no holes in my floor.
La la la. La la la.
Ooh yeah. That's the good stuff.
This is a little bit gonna splurge everywhere. That's kind of what we want. Yeah.
Hello. This is what I do to get a good shot. Dedication to the cause right here.
Just part time.
As well as the big heater holes, there was also the holes that I'd made with the hole saw that we needed to patch.
Patchwork, how not to do it. Look at that though. To be fair, that looks better than that. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
We've not even used a third of this first tube of silicone.
And how much have you bought?
12?
Shall we go see?
Or 10, maybe 10.
Let's go see, shall we? Oh look. All of this silicone.
So this paint is super waterproof and creates almost like a solid seal around it. We're going to do 2 coats of that, so it's going to be super waterproof.
Once Sophie got back to work, we got all of the sections of flooring painted.
There you go. So as part of the chassis treatment, we took off the compressor tanks and we painted those as well. So here I am, fitting them back in to the chassis. And they look fantastic. And they're not going to fall off, I promise.
And if it falls off, it's your fault.
I did it.
Booyah!
Yeah.
What are you ticking off?
I'm ticking off. What did I just install? Reinstall. I put in the compressor tank? Yeah, I did.
Well done.
I'm proud of myself because I actually did something.
I'm proud of you.
So remember all that stuff we said we were going to do this week?
We were a little bit too optimistic.
Yeah, we got some of it done. We took the floor up, we treated the chassis and we treated the floor, but we did not get any of the underslung stuff fitted.
No, so that's going to be a project for next week.
Yeah, we'll definitely smash it out next week. I want to say a massive thank you to all the people who have subscribed to this channel already. We've got nearly 200 subscribers that we did not think that was going to happen.
Really
so,
grateful for that, so thank you
so much.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any hints or tips or anything useful, please leave it in the comments below because it really helps us.
Yeah, a lot. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Bye.